He
You
loves
put out
money
his little
that
finger gun. I'm
much.
pulling the gun on him. It's like, motherfucker, you put your gun down.
He's
Give me that.
good.
All right. Need to put that down a bit.
There's the cops. And there's the cops.
I don't know where he thought he was going.
I hope you don't
Like,
mind
oh,
me not using a specific map for the town because I don't really have one yet.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just use theater of the mind.
Yeah, because in all honesty, speaking with the way this is, theater of the mind works best anyways, just because of how we're doing this.
Mhm.
All right, so I think I have enough time to read one more chapter of what I was reading before he gets here, because it's like 10:20 something.
Okay, I know fast food places get like all the money, but really,
Oh damn! Oh,
like,
they chased him down.
oh, they fighting back. Random bystander,
No, that was
man.
a civilian.
Like, oh, they fighting back.
Immediately, he's
You're like, what are you doing, man? What are you
he
doing? You're
sees
better than this.
Trip right now.
Why are you stealing money from a subway? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
You stole money from the subway. You sad.
They're like, are you trying to get your lunch money back?
Okay, I'll be right back. I need to go.
Not here. Bidoo. Ah, man.
One of my favorite robbery videos is still the motherfucker that put the frickin' box on his head trying to hide his face. And because of it, he couldn't see shit, so he was like swinging the gun around like a dumbass. Just
I think
falling all over himself.
the most hilarious video that was a robbery fail that I ever saw was a guy ran into a gas station with a machete and he just started whacking on the cash register and it's like, give me the money right now. And the guy behind the cash register pulled out another machete and a gun. And it's like, dude, about to engage in a sword fight with this dude?
Another one I really liked was the one in China where the two guys were trying to throw bricks at this one store, and one knocked the other one out with the brick. He's like just dragging him off. You know he got bad feet after that.
I saw a meme video where like a guy made bread, like homemade bread loaves, and he must have did something wrong because he was using them as a hammer to smash bricks. Some like they were not soft. They were not bread in any. They were bread in looks, but they were not bread in any other way.
Finger's been so irritated after I pulled a band-aid off of it.
Ow.
There's this little spot on the joint of my finger. It just constantly stings. I don't know why. It just does.
There should be air on it or something like that.
And the band-aid's been off of it for a couple of days now. Best guess is I accidentally pulled some hairs out.
Maybe. Or maybe you pulled out an actual chunk of skin.
I don't know.
Let's not think of that.
My finger itself looks fine.
I mean, speaking from experience.
How do you think Death would react to some of those thieves?
Just disappointment.
A motherfucker about to get hurt, that's what.
Anybody steals from his mother gets a one-way ticket to hell.
You're like, well, your subscription on Life just ended.
You know where you're gonna go next? Where's that? The afterlife!
Ow, my neck is so stiff right now.
Shit.
It's not funny. It hurts. Like,
I'm laughing at what I'm reading.
Maybe you should consult a doctor. Especially
have the
if it's
money,
long
man.
than 4 hours.
have the money, man. Okay, I'm gonna post something in random images as a possible representation. The random pics. So I'm gonna put this in art stuff. No, I'm gonna put this in about characters. No, in game. Yeah, I'll post this in game.
Okay. Be this.
Possible city representation. Did that work?
That would be an awesome city.
I'm asking the character. I'm asking the player who currently owns the character. Would that work as a representation of what the tribe is like?
Well,
Oh, from what he told me, no, not at all.
yeah, no. Well,
Uh,
considering his settlement is more or less yurts with semi-permanent areas, and I say semi-permanent because they're literally just the the permanent the structures. I couldn't think of the word for a minute. It are from the quote-unquote outsiders. So, like, these are merchants who have just settled in the area, yeah, and just built more sturdy stuff than just a tent.
hmm.
Not a deal. Seems more like a shipyard.
It is. I'm looking for something better.
Like, think grassland. If you're trying to find an idea, like grassland in a bowl, so to speak.
I'll try grassland first before anything else. Motherfuck! I found something kind of like what you're describing.
Okay.
I said kinda. And then I found this. Which I don't think that would work. That feels too small.
Honestly, that would probably be the winter settlement, which is literally just up in the mountains. But it would be bigger because it's like 300 people here. 300 Leonin.
I found something that looks like the gates to the underworld.
Probably. Like gateway to a dungeon or family tomb.
Mm-hmm. It's something straight out of Lord of the Rings. Something funny?
What I'm reading.
Interesting. Wait.
Yeah.
Somewhat. But yurts. Know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean, because I don't know what the fuck a yurt is.
One moment, though.
Like, I'm finding stuff that would actually be good for Maddie's campaign.
Okay.
You're sending it now. Why?
Shit.
Because I'm trying to find him some stuff.
Don't worry about it.
It's theater of the mind. We're going with that.
Because if I actively wanted to find stuff at this exact moment, I could easily look for stuff because I've asked them how it's supposed to look. All right, it's just a matter of looking for it at this exact moment, trying to incorporate it when I'm only going to need it for at most 2 sessions. Isn't completely
that
worth
is-
it.
Okay, that is something I need to ask, actually. Yeah,
Hmm.
how old is Kane?
I mean, he's actually the entire point is that he's meant to be roughly the same age as Bellamy looks.
Okay, so well, how old does
6.
Bellamy look? Because sometimes I keep forgetting.
It's either 6 or 10.
Basically under the teens, but no longer a toddler.
Gotcha.
Because that is a relatively good way to range. So let's just say 8.
Yeah, let's just go for it in between. Just say 8. Sounds like a good idea to me.
But yeah, that's why I'm saying he's proficient in Leonin, but he doesn't speak the same kind of Leonin you do. That's why it's one of those things of you have to understand the way he says things.
Gotcha. But would it be somewhat discernible?
What do you mean?
Like, Braxor would know what Kane is saying, but would other Leonin understand him, or would they have a harder time?
He's speaking Leonin. He's speaking the same language as you. It's just a slightly different dialect. So it'd be like one of those things of how someone from New York City having to understand someone from the South. Possible,
Or like
possible, but it takes some work.
Or like a Londoner trying to speak with someone who's like from the country,
Yeah, again,
outside of London.
Yeah, again, possible, but it would take a bit of work. You know?
Right.
Like for example, you guys actually have the word father, but for him, that's the word for that is alpha.
And it's the same word for mother?
No, they just say alpha's wife for mother.
Yeah.
Because in their society, everything is around the alpha, the father.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically not how wolf tribes actually. That's technically not how wolf packs actually work.
I mean, yeah, but that's also not how Leonin packs actually work. That's not the point here.
Okay, we go.
Like, the Leonins aren't how lion packs actually work either. That's not really the point.
And in my defense, I did say that Leonin prides are different. Like it differs from pride to pride.
Yeah.
Braxor, something that's okay. Braxor's pride may not fly in another different pride. Or there might be those who just have different worldviews, or might be odd, so to speak. Also, for a yurt settlement, this would be it. When it loads.
Mm-hmm.
Un momento.
Okay.
It's like, sure, it looks like a tent, but it's got a wood body, skeleton that goes around it. It's got a roof, the capabilities for a loft, and it has an actual door. like in Mongolia they're called a gur, but outside of Mongolia it's called a yurt, which is strangely what the Russians call a gur. So everyone just uses the Russian term. And it would make sense that the Daxos yurt is actually the biggest because he's got a shit ton of people living under his house. So, like, for example, there's him, his wife, his harem, his wife's sisters, his wife's sisters and their mates, their children, and now it's gonna be, his son, his harem, and pretty much everybody else. So yeah, in short, Bellamy and Kane are going to be.
The intention was not for them to be spoiled, but also for them to basically grow up being friends, or at least have a friend around them that's their age, at least mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Hunter's running a bit later than usual, isn't he?
Yeah, he's making food.
Oh, okay. Which gave me time to look for shit.
Do I have enough time to read another chapter? Because this is really addicting.
I know that feeling.
Okay, what I'm currently reading is somebody I watch a lot on TikTok is called Clouds, or My Head in the Clouds Not Coming Down.
Mm-hmm.
And I watch a lot of their Viridian stuff on TikTok, and I was like, you know what, I should probably actually just read the original Viridian stuff, because all I get is alternate stuff on her TikTok.
Okay, I'm sending pictures for a possible encounter that Fedora may have, because goddess of motherhood and all. You run into things like orphans.
Also, I'm gonna be AFK for a minute. I need to go do something.
Those are adorable images.
It took me forever to find them. I had to look up Char from Guild Wars to get most of them.
Is that who the
Char
person?
is the closest thing to Leonin in terms of art.
Is that like the top 4 with an axe? Is that who that is?
No, that's actually from Rage of Bahamut, which is a game I used to play back in the day, but sadly, it's one of those that Mobage was running. Or rather, that Dana Corp was running. Alongside Hellfire the Summoning, so that game is also null and void because, for whatever reason, Dana Corp never made games ever again after their failed venture with Nintendo.
Alright, so what I'll probably do is once you actually get into the town proper, I'll have you roll a percentile on that. Because, and this could just be the way I see it, so, feel free to correct me if you're still here. I've always thought of it that this is probably like the kind of society that if one lion abandons their young, the entire tribe raises it.
That would sound about right. It would help if Kronos was not deafened!
Yeah, and that's something he can double check and confirm or deny later. But still.
In other news, we actually found artwork of Fury that's actually really well done.
Of who?
Fury from Darksiders.
Oh, cool.
It's NSFW in nature, but
I mean, if you want,
they do well.
if you want, you're free to send it like directly to me. I can look at it in a bit.
They even got her musculature down.
Yeah.
It's almost something you never see people do when they make artwork like this.
I mean, that is some people's kink, though. Like, and I mean specifically, muscly women is a kink for some people.
I mean, that's probably why things like ecchi exists.
I mean, it's not why things like ecchi exist, but it's also not why people. But it also does help propagate the fact.
Just say it's like the cutest picture of the bunch.
1 second. Give me a call and see what's up. Yes.
Hon. Hello? I'm the only one here. What happened? I'm the only person in here. I do know where Roger.
My friend called me because he had an arachnophobia episode today.
Oh,
Apparently.
you okay?
Yeah.
Um, where did Roger go?
Good question.
Perfect.
Oh, there he is. Where did you go?
I said I was gonna be AFK for a minute.
How many people mute when they do that?
Well, I couldn't mute because it was literally a spur of the moment.
Okay.
It's like first I had to use restroom, and then when I got back to get back on, Mom wanted some tea, so I had to do that real quick.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey,
Tommy, did you happen to see little those that put in the in-game?
I've seen the holy cow, how many stinking pictures is this? But
Yeah.
Hey, Kratos did most of it. He was the one looking
oh
at
yeah. Oh yeah, I figured that much. But
mm,
if you're talking about the small bear things, then I'm just looking at them
Those
now.
are meant to be like Leonin kids. And
yeah, because
one
Ah,
of
tail.
them was with all the horns are Char from Guild Wars 2. Because that was the only art I could find of small lion-like children.
fair enough. But
It's the Guild Wars players.
but yeah, I mean, fair enough. uh, in other news, just need to do things, find the place, do the everything. It's Colton's campaign this week, right?
Correct.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, I was out. I had to listen to some tunes in order to get in the mood. My brain was just kind of right now.
All right. So everyone's on.
I'm
Okay.
off.
Yep.
All right. We good to start?
I am.
Give Tommy a second to get loaded into Roll20.
I mean, I'm here, so
There we go.
There you
Now
go.
I see him.
All right. So
Dude,
let's-
pull your mic just a little bit off.
Who?
Telling him to pull his mic a little bit back. Your
Which
mic,
one?
just pull it, Tommy. Yeah, I need to specify because 3 of you use the mic. Yeah, You're just a
Okay.
little bit loud in my ears.
All right.
I mean, here's
Okay.
the problem with this thing. Either it's close to my mouth and everybody hears me fine,
Or
or it's
it's
slightly away from my mouth and no one can hear me.
Yeah, or if it's too close and everybody can hear you too loud.
No. That's just the thing. It has to be that close, or it's a
Fuck
stupid
stuff.
thing.
also that's
Yeah.
a you thing. He's not too loud for me. You might want to just turn him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. Yeah, I think I might have turned my sound.
I'm
for
pretty
you
sure it's
up.
just you, Chief.
It
Yeah,
might
no,
just
it
be
is
you, dude.
me. I had you at 90%. Everybody else at 80%. I had you at 90% because you were quiet the other 2 times.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So I believe we
Anyway,
ended roughly around. You guys had just did your last camp for the night, and you guys are like
which was
half a day away from town.
I
Yep,
thought we
and
were
we
already
killed.
there.
It's like, from what I remember, we killed some hyenas. We met a caravan, and just outside the city, well, settlement.
Yeah, we ended up getting a few things, but yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You guys did actually get to the settlement. Okay. You
Yeah.
guys camped just outside of it that night for whatever reason.
No, we camped outside
whatever reason-
because Illustrae and
Mm.
Hot Springs.
Not for that night. That
we
was the night
didn't.
before.
Yeah, that was the night before, and then
Mhm.
everybody else just. Yeah, we're heading in while it's dark out, so we might just head inside just to get some
No,
rest.
I'm pretty
Dude!
sure that's not what it is.
Okay, I thought.
I was
never mind.
pretty sure it was like still
We're in the
daytime
middle
when.
of the day, Kronos.
Yeah, I thought we were
Yeah.
already inside the camp.
It was
That's
basically noon when we got there.
I believe
Okay.
it was midday when we
No,
met the caravan itself from
Okay.
outside the settlement.
Thank you. That's something I didn't remember the exact time. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
I know that we got there.
Are we
I know
all
that we
chill?
met the caravan. Yeah,
I
we
think
are
we're good.
chill.
Okay. So yeah, it's just after you guys talk to the caravan, you guys are walking in, you guys actually take a chance to look around the town. You see that it's made mostly of, like cloth, leather, and like basically tents. Some of which seem like they seem perfectly functional. They seem like sturdy and like they're not going anywhere if a strong hit, hits them or shit like that. Or if there's a storm, but they can be disassembled quite fast.
hmm
And as you get closer to, I'll say closer to the center of the city, or the town, the settlement, whatever you want to call it, which I'm just going to assume Braxors is leading you that way. You get closer to where there's more permanent buildings made out of like wood with a bit of stone and things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt.
You okay?
You alright?
Yeah, my cat decided to jump, but she missed and partially clawed me.
Ah.
Poor baby.
Yep, and one of her feet landed on my boys.
Oof.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
What's she doing?
No, she got off and decided to go eat for whatever reason.
So Braxor, I'll allow you to explain where exactly you're taking them. I just assumed it was somewhere near the center of the settlement.
Oh, yeah. Braxor decides to lead them. The way the settlement is set up, it's kind of set up on a hill, so to speak, with the more permanent structures are like on top of this hill mound type thing. You can go, yeah, and it just the rest of the yurt style little tents are built around it. And you do pass a market on the way up, or at least what you think is a market.
Is there a tavern in there?
Well,
Not in the traditional
Braxor
sense.
just
That's a little place of, huh?
If you go there to get a drink, then there's still a possibility of a certain character showing up.
either way,
Yeah.
yeah, he's leading you up the hill, and the group is getting quite a few stares from the Leonin residents. It's like it's everything from you see young to old males with weapons out. You see women kind of shielding their children, and if they're nearby, and just gauging everyone. But you get the sense that they know who Braxor is. Is like it's an immediate realization they know who he is.
I will say you also do see a few non-Leonins, but are acting part of the tribe.
Mm-hmm. It's like they've more or less just been acclimated at this point.
So like,
They've just been with us that long.
Derek's reaction to the partial, not veracity, but what would be a good term for this?
cautiousness.
As everybody,
Standoffishness.
yeah, his
Mhm.
reaction to that would be, you think they think we have the plague.
Well, you, we don't get many outsiders here, especially not one that I lead in. No, the only outsiders we get here are usually merchants who are just passing through.
Roll a d40.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
This is just
damn it.
because I want to say a comment, but I'm not sure if someone would say it. So it's
Alright,
like
one moment,
if it's above 35, I'm going to say it. Oh.
What is it? AD 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, screw it, I'll just type it.
That's one that you have to type because they're not an actual dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sad part.
Yeah, my friend here had a luck of dice curse this morning.
Yeah, so I
and
had
we
to
were
use the
getting
actual
Cthulhu.
little dice roller on the taskbar, which seemed to work good.
Oh. He
How do
doesn't.
you roll a
What the
nat
hell?
1 on a D20?
By rolling a 1.
I
The
mean,
D12 was accidental.
at
the
least you
D40 is
rolled.
the-
At least you got one of the net ones out of your system. And all it means is
We
that
hope.
something isn't said. I said one of.
It's
But
like
yeah.
everyone's just holding their tongues but watching.
Yeah, and Hunter hearing this whole thing going on, and it's not like we're the most average-looking group either.
You got
Coming
that
from the
right.
most average-looking individual in the group.
It's a human.
I mean,
I'm
like,
a
Derek,
human.
I mean, like Derek
I'm-
goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean not average looking?"
Let's see, 8 foot tall, armored Skeletor.
You have a vampire-looking fairy, a little
I have a
girl who's following her
skin.
around.
Actually, hold on. Is that in character, or can I go ahead with this?
What me? What Derek just said?
No. What Faye was saying.
That was a character.
That was in character?
Sorry, voice got high pitched by accident. My
Word.
brain.
Oh, good.
No worries.
Well, you've been playing another character today. Don't worry.
Eh.
Anyway, you were saying in character.
And Hoozle.
Just said it.
Ooh.
So, Hunter?
Okay, I remember what she said. It was something along the lines of a physical description of the people who we were traveling with.
Yeah. Well, mainly herself and her kid.
You have Mr. Tall, Dark, and Gruesome over here, with armor all over him. Got me, who's a tall, vampirish-looking fae. I have 2 children with me. I say 2 if you count the dragon that's currently sitting in my hair again. And there's you.
Are we really that off-putting?
Not off-putting, it's the fact that the mage with the dragon on his shoulder is the least conspicuous member of the group that should come to your attention.
You also have a quaddle floating around your head like a halo.
Well, yes,
Well, the
but
quaddle's floating around the
again,
dragon's head like a halo.
mage.
Not his.
Well, they're about the same size.
is that in character?
Yes, he did say that in character. Not that they're about the same size. He's saying, well, you got a koala floating around your head like a halo.
It's floating around Bevek's head, but your point? I'm a mage.
They're both the same size.
Your
So
point?
technically-
I'm the mage. I'm the one who looks the most normal around here for what I am. Or at least with this group. Well, I suppose Braxor would be the most normal for him, but
Yeah, for the area we are currently,
Well-
it would definitely be Braxor.
It's like, I am kind of a big deal around here.
so it would seem.
I mean, we are in my father's settlement.
Ah,
All right, Braxor,
Yes.
roll a perception with advantage. Add a plus
Okay.
5 for the stat and proficiency.
Okay,
Because it's not for
so-
you. Because it's not for you.
okay. One moment though, I need to get this thing open again. Okay, so just clarify, perception with advantage plus a 5 to my proficiency?
Plus 5 as the stat. Because it's not
Okay.
you, it's someone else. They're just related to you, which is why I'm having you roll it.
oh no.
Alright, so 20.
Dirty 20.
So the rest of the group sees another Leonin woman run up and hug Braxor.
Oh,
It's
Well,
one of the
it's
members
like-
of your harem. I'll let you decide which one.
okay, let me go over here real quick. I'm sorry I have notes.
Nothing wrong with that.
I
Notes are
sh-
good.
I know, I should have been better prepared for this.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of a big deal here. Well, now I gotta do something.
It is. Oh, yes, I know who exactly this is. So you see a, yep, get you. Yep. All right. Okay, so, sorry, a little chaos on my end, but um, the female Leona that runs up is very dark in fur. She's not like black ebony or anything like that. It's just like a dark tan. She has no, well, lack of a better word, mane on top of her head, but she does have like a dark streak that goes from the middle of her forehead and just down to where her shoulders meet her neck. And she actually has a infant and a wrap on her front.
Ah.
It's like, careful, you don't want to hurt her. I know. Well, I was just happy to see you. I was coming, just as quickly as time allowed. And he says as he's just pressing his forehead to her.
Oh.
Like, oh,
Hyena's got in the way.
What?
like, what? Hyenas? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Nothing we couldn't handle. We?
Hi.
Immediately sees the group. But, oh
Hello.
my.
Greetings.
Hello. And
7-foot fairy lady. 8-foot tall dude.
She's not 7
armor.
foot. You know what? She is 7 foot. My bad.
Yeah.
I
Two,
remember the height.
like,
I remember the heights. 7-foot Leonal.
8 foot with
Yeah,
the horns
Leonal.
drow. 7 foot fae.
And a 5'8" human.
Yeah, 7 foot.
He's 5
7
foot?
foot Leon.
He's 5'10".
And almost.
That sounds like something Derek would say, in all honesty, while
And an
describing
almost-
everyone.
and an almost 6 foot human with a dragon on a shoulder that has a koala flying around it.
And somehow the one with the dragon on his shoulder is the one that attracts the least attention.
I mean, you are the smallest.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have to
No,
look
no,
down
no,
to see
Bellamy
you.
is smaller. Bellamy is smaller.
You're the smallest adult.
Yeah, then she looks down
He's-
and sees 2 kids.
You have quite a bit of explaining to do. Well, yes, I know, but I think maybe, the others should be in. No. Well, I see one of my daughters, at least. But where are the others? Oh, they're out playing, as usual. Well, although your twins are really... They starting to get the hang of themselves. Oh, really? They try to fire your warbow. Well, oh, I would have loved to see that. Oh, you will.
All of a sudden, an arrow flies overhead.
Roll a d100.
No.
Yes.
If two kids actually managed to pull back a full warbow, I'd have been shocked.
I mean, these
It's
are Leonin
Leon.
kids.
It's Leonins. War is a part of the nature. You learn.
You actually see a few arrows fly across the head, but because of the velocity they're going at, you can tell it was not a proper war bow that made of them that flew them, that loosed them.
Braxor immediately just has the Leonin just duck. Like,
Derek
that's
just
probably
stands there, just covering Fedora and the kids with his Born 4X cape.
like, oh, I see. I know where my children are.
You also do hear
Like-
screaming of "Don't fire bows without permission."
Like, watch where you aim those things.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we have a range for a reason.
Do any of them hit the wizard? Or glide past the wizard?
Can I say that they're flying slow enough that he's able to just sort of nudge them aside with Prez?
I'll be nice and allow that.
It's just like what's coming out your head. No! Doing! Right behind you.
What?
You block it, and it just goes zee, over your head and right behind you.
That wouldn't quite be how I'd put it.
But
If one
whatever.
was going at it, yeah, he'd
Yeah.
basically just nudge it slightly and it goes a little over.
Yeah, it goes a little wide. Happens sometimes.
Whew.
No.
Uh,
Pretty sure if you did, you would go flying backward.
Not.
I mean, to be fair, she knows magic, so.
You're not here.
Well, anyway, arrows aside,
Talk
He'd
about it later.
immediately checking for more.
Pats her on the head.
Okay, they're at the range. Like, okay, they're downrange. Good. Anyway, everyone, this is Goria, my, one of my harem wives. And the bearer of couple of my children.
And no, this entire time, Kane has been just like hugging your leg.
Yeah, Braxor just gives him a reassuring pet on the back of the head. He's like, it's alright.
And he came back with a new baby. Well, child.
Derek,
What?
we've been over why you shouldn't be the one to be talking.
I thought they should know at least.
Yes,
Like
and they will.
Braxor?
Just not like that. What he means
Get some-
is that we found
Hunter?
we found a
Let's have a
stray at a
discussion.
rather unfortunate place. He rescued him from a unsavory individual.
Slavers.
Indeed.
Yes, slavers.
Don't dilly-dally around. Just go for it.
Like,
Derek, you're a prime example of why you shouldn't simply go for something in a conversation.
no.
And yet, due to my sheer amount of... It's always...
Right, we're done with this. I'm sorry. I'm Hunter. That of the big lug over there is Derek. Fedora is the one of the more reasonable members of the group, and her daughter Bellamy is, well,
Hey!
A bean. That's what she is. She's a bean.
Oh,
Yes.
We'll go with that.
Gloria also, just another detail to add is she has like these beautiful emerald eyes. It's like they just shine. Oh, oh my goodness, you are adorable.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Yes.
My daughters are going to love you. Well, you're holding one of them, my dear. Oh, yes. So I am. But everyone, this is Goria, and this is the daughter she's carrying is Neri.
It's a
Just
pleasure to
maybe.
meet. The same.
Pleasure to meet you.
And Braxor does take this moment to actually give Neri her toy. Which is it's a toy meant for teething. It's like, I know he's turning a year old this year, or she's a little bit past it, so I figured you might need this. That's a lifesaver. Those little teeth are sharp.
Hang on, my dad's home.
Okay.
Overturn.
I will say a passerby does say, well, we do tend to eat meat.
Like, like, they're like needles, my dear. I know. It's my second child. I should at least know this. Well, in your defense, Cassiani was a gentle biter. Mostly.
I have concern.
Oh boy. Anyways.
Like, the glories of fatherhood.
No, yeah, like I have concerns. You immediately get looks from like multiple women's like, this person has no idea what it's like to raise a child, does he?
Like, he's never held a child before, has he? Yeah, much less raised one. Like,
Not raised one, I have held. Fortunately, I've been on too many war camps in order to.
Derek.
Oh no, these are all looks. No one said shit, dude.
Yeah.
it's like, now they're judging. Like,
I thought they were.
Okay.
I
Can we
was
roll?
specified because it's auditory things, man.
I did. I said they're giving you looks that basically say, "Oh God, this guy's never raised a child," and he clarified, "Yeah, like never even hold one, has he?" It's one of those looks that like
Cat.
it's one of those like kind of looks that only a few people will actually pick up on.
mhm.
And I don't have high enough one. Well, I have like a +5 in insight, but that's it.
Do you want to
I mean,
roll
Hunter-
an insight and figure out?
Sure, let's see.
Nice. This can only end well.
Well, first
Oh,
roll a
yeah.
perception to see if you actually see the looks they're giving each other.
Perception. Okay. I only have like a +1 in that.
So, because if you don't see the look, you can't interpret the look. Yeah, you don't. You don't see the looks.
Oh.
You focus on other things.
Such as trying to keep the one child protected from the stray arrows.
My dog wants
Mhm.
attention, apparently.
Well, the stray arrows did stop, so.
Yeah, their bows have been confiscated.
Yep.
So is this yeah, she's not back yet.
Yeah.
Nope.
Think.
It's a shame, too, because I had an idea, but I'm not sure if she read what I sent her yet. Because I think it would be adorable, but I'm not sure if it would happen.
Huh.
Alright.
I sure as hell hope that her dad didn't come back angry.
Hmm?
Normally, when
What?
it takes this long, her dad came back home angry at something.
That
But
sucks.
else, but he did go. Well, he did go to play pool earlier.
I just saw one of the lizards doing something stupidly cute. I have to.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So, lizard
Yeah,
distraction.
alrighty then.
Okay.
Okay. I was starting to get worried
All good.
because normally when you're gone for this long, your dad's coming back home being
Like, long days. But, anywhoozle.
Yes. Anyhow,
So, shall we press forward, or
I
wait
mean,
for Ray to see if she reads what you sent?
you can press forward and she can read it too, because I'm assuming your, hair member's gonna follow you around for a bit.
Yeah, because for one, we got my little caravan of a harem, and then we got the caravan, and we decided to just let tag along with us. So, which immediately on thought of that, Braxor says, have you seen my brother anywhere? Or, oh, he's out by the bullpens. Flexing for his a lovely lady. Yeah, like always. So, okay, I'll have to make a note to go see him in a minute. Right after I see my children. Of course, right this way. Goria just... Do what?
What did I miss?
Not much. I sent you something that you didn't respond to yet, because I thought it would prompt an idea in your head. And you and the group are currently walking towards where most of Braxor's children are.
Aw, this too powerful bullshit. Fine, I send it in groups. Big dummies. Pictures of baby lizard.
hmm.
One of the babies was trying to open the lid. He's too small. He couldn't even do it.
Read the thing I sent you in
And the
Discord.
last picture is him looking at me like I'm an asshole.
I mean, you are an asshole. You see him there struggling, and you're not helping.
Like, why are you taking pictures of me? How dare you? Wouldn't even
Like
let
that-
me send the last three, so I have to send the last picture after this next group sends.
It's like that Kevin Hart deal where, like, he says, "Help me! Help me!"
I was sitting over on
Help
the
me.
bench. I was over there, sitting on the bench.
and you did nothing.
Yeah, look at that face.
Yeah, just the
Dear Lord.
asshole face.
It's like the look of betrayal. It's like, I have been betrayed.
Jackass.
You
All right.
monster.
So yeah, Faye, I sent you something directly as a prompt. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I just wanted to make sure you've seen it.
I saw it.
Okay.
Yes, the bean does know how to fly.
Okay. Asking because
Huh.
it could give her advantage to see the infants. But yeah, so you guys are now basically on your way to where the majority of Braxor's children are.
Hmm.
hmm
And
And where the rest of his wives are.
yeah, and the walk takes at most around 10 minutes, and you're just going closer to the center of the city.
Hmm.
It's like, as we finally get up to the area where the main yurt is, you definitely see it is much bigger than the ones you've seen, below it. It's like, it's at least quadruple the size of a standard one. And it's
And
also quite taller.
actually, anyone with an intelligence above 13, roll a history check.
Anyone
I
with
have
an
a-
intelligence above 13? Okay, Chief.
So basically everybody
Like,
but
alright,
Derek.
bruh.
I don't remember what Braxor's intelligence is, and Braxor
15.
might just know this anyways.
He has an
If he
intelligence
doesn't,
of
Hunter
15.
will. If he does
Derek.
not, Hunter will.
Derek
Yeah,
has an
Hey.
intelligence of 10, but a history of 4. Well, plus 4.
You
Alright,
heard the
where's my-
DM.
But
my
does
I
history?
know.
it's less, you're less likely to know this. It's more,
Oh,
you're
damn.
less likely to think of this, which is why I'm having them roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm too busy
Yep.
making sure the kids are safe from not so stray. Well, this no longer stray arrows, but also possible rats. Just
No,
kick.
no, yeah.
Ay vey.
Like you could easily roll like a perception to see if you notice what I'm gonna basically figure out.
Who is he
Faye,
talking to?
Okay,
do you want to roll a
roll.
do you want to roll a history for Fedora?
Give me a moment.
I'll roll perception. See? I don't see anything. I'm too
Oof.
busy playing with the
Freeze plus
A,
10.
playing with the kids, and also B, keeping the rats off.
So yeah, both Hunter and Fedora realize this. You see that all of the additional buildings, like all of the hurts and all the huts and shit like that, the things that could easily be disassembled, are from the Leonin, but the actual physical buildings seem to be have been there long periods of time. Almost as if the Leonin saw this place, saw that it was built like this, and decided, yes, this will be our capital. This is a good place to come back to.
Dude, you got like a cold or something?
Something. Sorry.
Out of curiosity, Braxor,
Hmm.
who built these older buildings originally, or do you know?
That'll give you an extra history check, and you'll have advantage because it's your own personal history, as in like your clan's history.
Yeah, may just want to redo that. And it's history still.
Yep.
With advantage.
Except you've got advantage. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, so that's 17? Yep,
Yep.
17.
All right, so with the 17, you don't know exactly who built them, but you do have a story of them being built by, for lack of a better term, it was the ancients and the gods and like the heroes. Those are like the three titles you've heard for the same like thing of the people that built and where you've settled.
Gotcha. Um, in terms of who built these, I couldn't really tell you, but there are stories so that each have a different variation. One says the ancients built it, the gods themselves, or ancient heroes, who erected this, wanting it to be their capital. And from what I remember, they were left to ruins. And so our people decided to make use of them.
So, like a bunch of ultras who are very opportune, you swept in order to.
You do realize that that's not a bad move for a nomadic tribe. You know that, right, Derek?
And you do realize
I
the
know.
way you said that
Right.
sounded extremely insulting.
He's-
You
Yeah,
see
but-
why we don't let him talk most of the time, or at least we try not to let him talk. He talks anyway.
Immediately, mouth to his face. Silence, please. Try to get to my point.
Derek, I'm
You're getting
afraid of
side
what's
eye.
going to happen when you get to the point.
Let me get to the point, please.
What
You're getting me
point?
even more and more condescending by the day.
Derek, do you even understand how you sound sometimes?
Half the time, yes. But unfortunately,
That's
I'm
the
more
problem.
blunt.
That's the problem.
But unfortunately, I'm more blunt because of how I was raised. Soldiers don't hide.
It's not an excuse.
I
It's
know.
really not, especially.
Can I at least get to my point?
Fine. What is your point?
Kind of how the Drow tribes that my culture was built off of, like back in the day. I understand the vulturistic attitude because
Vulturistic.
vultures are very good animals. They make sure that the
I-
dead is well taken care of.
Not everyone sees it that way.
What is
Indeed
with
not.
everybody in this strange cult? Gosh.
Essentially, you just equated us to scavengers.
Well, I know that you're not scavengers. You're more the equivalent of prime.
Derek,
Well,
Derek,
You're digging a hole,
look at me for a minute.
and you're giving yourself an orichalcum shovel.
Derek, can you look me in the eyes for a second? Is he looking?
yes.
Stop it!
I am seriously considering getting a silence spell, specifically not for the purpose of fighting other mages, but to make sure he can't say things.
That might actually be appealing.
I mean, it's mind-boggling some of the things he's tried to do and say. He means well. He really does. It's just he goes about it in all the wrong ways.
He
If
just
he was
starts
half a-
walking off.
Anyway,
Like he stops
if you would like to meet the rest of my family,
partaking in the group.
That would. Yes, we'll do that. Yes. Oy vey.
but I think you will actually like my grandmother. So anyway, walk past a couple of idols that were room. It's like, oh, those we actually took those. So I didn't specifically, but my dad did.
I don't know if Derek is there because he walked off.
You walked
Like,
off?
don't want
Wait,
too far.
what?
Everybody kept ridiculing him.
Derek.
Like,
Look,
You talk down to
What-
somebody after a certain point, like, no matter how well-meaning you sound, unfortunately, you always sound the most condescending. Really,
hot meat kettle.
and to him, you're the most condescending one. Anyway, so
And
he's
that's
just walking
exactly
off.
that's what Hunter. We've been over how he and Hunter do not gel.
Yeah.
like y'all have an issue with mixing.
Can
Mm-hmm.
It's like you kind of like our water and oil.
That's a very apt description. I can't even send Bevek here after him because I know he would find some way to set him off.
Roll a wisdom check to avoid getting lost.
Oh, yes, a straight normal D20.
I'm sorry, wisdom
I'm
makes
lost.
Yeah, you are. You've been walking in circles.
Man.
The
Can-
equivalent of circles.
Right.
He's just he noticed that he got
Quaddle-
lost, and it's gonna be just like, huh, this is actually gonna be
Quaddle,
quite
can
fun.
you
And just purposely gets himself even more lost inside the village just to explore it.
Quaddle, can you please go and make sure he doesn't get himself too deep into trouble? Please.
So
Oh,
what
he
do I need
might.
to roll in order to see what where Derek finds himself?
D100.
D100, okay. Okay.
You find yourself in a back alley where people are playing, liar's dice.
Hello there.
Nah.
How are you doing?
Losing money.
Well, that's a shame. What's you playing that's causing you to lose money?
Liar's dice? Why? You want to play and give me your gold?
I would enjoy playing with a few shops, but I don't know if I'd lose any gold. But that was a +1.
But that still would have been like an 8 anyway.
Very well.
Yep, still lost.
Honestly speaking, you being lost would have taken, like, you not being lost would have taken, like, legit a 10.
Some blew past the window.
Just
Yeah.
Some blew past the door.
Just
Or like a leaf or
because
something.
this is a place that you're extremely unaware of, and, like, never been to.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no maps posted anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you gotta ask for directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just says, well, I wouldn't want to lose money. I would certainly enjoy to play a few minutes.
Alright, so sit down. Roll a deception check.
Plus, okay, I need character sheet, because I had charisma, but I don't think I gave him it. Nope. Okay, that's a +7.
Yeah, you actually end up over time. I'm gonna say it takes them like over like 3 hours of you playing. You've won a total of 10 gold.
Which is kind of a lot for a back alley.
Yeah.
They were playing with silver to play longer, and they didn't really care. Like you can tell they're dressed nicely, but they're just in the back alley because less interruptions.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, they're actually dressed like fighters. And something I was going to say is that the most solid building in the city that you guys have seen, which he hasn't seen, but you guys have, because you guys have walked past it, is an arena.
Ah, naturally.
So what are you chaps in for?
Hmm.
What are you chaps in here for anyway? Since we've had a very splendid game at Lansdowne.
I mean, you stole my gold, but what do you mean in here? The back alley or the
No.
city?
City.
Oh, we fight at the arena.
And where's that by chance?
For money?
He said where? I mean, you haven't gotten that lost, have you? Because it's in the center of town.
Interesting.
It's literally one of the only actual buildings in town.
Are there no taverns here?
I mean, what do you mean by tavern exactly?
A bar. But
I mean-
far bigger and far more nicer than other establishments.
I mean, we have bars, yeah.
Oh my word.
They're literally just pop-ups.
You don't know much about Leonin, do you?
Unfortunately not. Wasn't exactly very big on in that class, unfortunately, when I was in the middle of soldier school.
Like,
Cool.
wait a minute, weren't you with the Bronze Lion a minute ago?
Oh shit, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's with Daxo's son.
Should probably go find him. He might have something important to do.
Sure.
Do you just continue sitting there?
Yeah, I'm honestly just trying to get a lay of this, conversations.
No, he said you should probably go find him. He might have something important to do.
Mhm.
He gave you an out.
Yeah.
But why are you spending time in a back alley?
Stealing our gold.
Honestly enough, I came here to get away from them. One of my crew, if you will, has been quite annoying to me lately. I failed
And
to train an axolotl in order to fully see its potential. He thought it was a bad idea.
And they say,
And
here, we Leonin are thin-skinned.
no, not the fact that I'm thin-skinned. It's the fact that I still find him annoying. He always seems to talk down to me, despite the fact that I probably have seen more combat and more monsters than him. And more situations than him.
Which
I-
is never Hunter's point.
I mean, what do you think he talks down to you about?
Not really in social situations, when I'm trying to talk to people, he always tries to cut me.
Well, maybe it's because you are, at least from his perspective, it's weird being fucking saying this, but maybe he sees you as socially awkward. I mean, have you done anything socially that makes people mad at you? I mean, I have. That's because I just punched someone in the face if they make me mad. So
They'll
learned
really
not to
get
do
mad.
that pretty fast.
Most of the time, I'm able to talk my way out of certain situations when given the chance, but he constantly talks down to me. I mean, people forget how majestic and true a vulture can be. I mean, turkey vultures are one of the most kindest creatures, and he sees that as a bad thing.
Most
I mean,
individuals see vultures as a bad thing.
if you wanted to make a bird comparison, should have said an eagle.
Oh, I made that afterward.
I mean, eagles scavenge, but they're still prideful.
Ah, that's true, that's true. I just went with the nicest bird I know. And I prefer vultures over eagles. Eagles sound terrible. Everybody thinks they go like, ah! But they don't. That's more of an old falcon. They sound more like a dying seagull. And seagulls are horrible.
Oh yes, but they are good at killing things. Seriously, I've seen one kill a goat with one swipe.
I've seen a goat. I've seen one yank a goat off a cliff.
I mean, yeah, I've seen one just pick up a goat and walk away.
I believe that was after he fell down after he yanked the one goat off the cliff.
To be fair, the goat was a kid, but not the point here.
Oh, well, if it was a baby goat, then yeah.
You are deliberately trying to avoid the subject.
He is deliberately trying to avoid it right now.
Anyway, you should go see the bronze lion.
Yeah, you should go see what's going on. They might have something important to do.
Yeah, I mean, you've been wasting time with a bunch of unblooded. Or
Unblooded.
untested, I guess. Well, more like untested. We're not old enough to go through our rites of passage yet.
Yeah, but
And your rites of passage are?
Well, we go through the rite of passage to 14. No, I go to mine next year.
Oh.
Yeah, don't ask me why my voice is this deep. People are hitting me fast.
Room for 30 pretty quick. Some of us do.
I'm sorry, I had to. Yes, and yes, and.
I was like, yes, this one's already starting to grow a beard. I mean, look at that chin hair. Just like, strokes the one black hair on his chin.
Yeah,
like,
just like a small patch of black.
Like, hey, stop that.
All it means is that I have more testosterone than you.
You do not.
Well, I started growing a beard when I was around the human age of 9.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have a hard time fitting in here.
As in physically, or as in...
Physically.
As in, you were 9 actual years old.
No. As in biologically
exactly what she did a minute ago.
So basically, the equivalent of 18 years old is when he started growing a beard. And he's like, he currently has his helmet on. Brow, elvish stuff.
I'm just going to assume you're not human and tell you to go talk to fucking... You want to go back and train to the arena now that we've lost all of our gold?
Yeah. Maybe we can earn some more.
Maybe. You should just walk off.
Yeah. Good luck, Chops. He heads off to the opposite
Gambling
direction.
addiction. So you might
You're
have
not
to
here.
put another domain, dear.
You're not there to see this.
That's weird looking goat.
Roll a D100.
I am not getting a gambling.
Him. He said that's a good looking goat. It's not because it's not you. I think it was Braxor that said that's a good looking goat.
I said that's a weird looking goat because my mom just showed me a picture of a goat.
Ah, okay. Sorry. Then yeah, don't worry about it.
Goat spontaneously appears for a brief second, then dissipates. Huh?
No, you actually see a Leon and Karen around a goat. And it's like, like,
it's not even a
oh,
dead
my
goat.
kid
It's
for a reason.
it's a live goat.
Yeah, that happened. Pretty sure I did mention that Quaddle was trying to find Derek, right?
Yeah, after a while, Kawaddle sees Derek come out of a back alley with a purse that's slightly bigger than it was when he went in.
Ah,
Ugh.
And
Does Coatl
Which-
let Hunter know?
well, Quaddle lets Bavek know, and Bavek lets Hunter know. It's the sort of thing I'm going with here.
I mean, apparently he made some money.
Hmm.
And he's
Oh.
like currently walking around, like he's trying to get a scene of the place.
Yeah,
Now.
Yeah.
after around like 10 minutes of you walking around, Kawaddle got tired of just flying. So you now have a Kawaddle around your neck, just chilling there like a boa constrictor.
Yep. Just.
Occasionally, Derek just pets it.
Yeah, and he even tells you, like, he tells you, like, I was told to follow you, not to take you back.
So, we have some interesting places. Do you see any?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you should ask the locals.
You're right.
Ay. Ay vey.
Alright, and I'm just gonna stop that there, and I'll tell you right now, all of them are gonna tell you to go back to the person that brought you into town.
Because, yeah, it's just kind of important.
Not even that.
Yeah.
It's more of, we don't bring outsiders into town without reason, and even then, it's the person who brought you into town's responsibility to show you around town. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
they
Like
get
after
that you
the
ran
first
away.
two people,
It's like you're being, you're basically making him seem like a terrible host.
Yeah.
To a
after
deg-
hearing that from like the first two people, he just kind of like, okay, where are they? I got lost anyway.
They're back in the
Top of
center
the
of
hill.
town. Let me.
No, yeah. The Quaddle just like drags
They're in
him.
the center of town. Yeah, basically. Come on, let's get you back.
Okay, flexible.
And yeah, obviously with Quaddle leading him back, he gets back there pretty quick.
It's been a total of 2 hours since he's been gone, so we have 2 hours for you guys to do shit.
Which mostly would
And-
just have been introductions,
Yeah.
or Braxor were literally just presenting his wives, his grandmother, and his children. It's like first I could definitely see the twins being the first ones to see their dad. Followed by the second two, who look like twins, but they're actually a year difference. It's like one was born in the summer, the other one was born in winter, sort of thing. Like they were just months apart.
And after you've basically introduced all of them to your party, I'm gonna say, I'm assuming you introduced Kane to them, and then Kane is just gone. And so are like 3 of the girls.
It's like
was
he's
stolen in the night.
It's like, did he just disappear on his own volition, or is he literally just being absorbed by the wives?
He's been taken.
He's been kidnapped by kids.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh dear, and the fact that it was the girls that took him as well.
Like, oh wait,
They let you
girls, get
finish
back
his.
here.
They let you finish his introduction.
And he's then dragged off to Lord knows where.
Like, yeah, dang it. Like, girls, get back here.
And he's gone. There he goes.
No, yeah. They're just
Logan.
ignoring you at this point.
Meanwhile, Bellamy is just flying around.
Like, and by the way, that's Bellamy. Yeah, she's also a guest here. Go easy on her.
But she makes such a good target. She can move.
She's
We
also
are
a Fey child.
You are not shooting at my guest.
Even if I
And if
use
anyone does shoot at her, they will find out just how dangerous her mother is.
Immediately gets bonked by their own mother. I was like, you are not using them as target practice.
even
like,
if we use
Mom,
the safe arrows.
you are
I'm
not
gonna
firing anything at them.
children.
It's like the twins are immediately, who are definitely the ringleaders, they're getting their ears.
Yeah, of that
So,
specific
it's like-
thought, yeah.
Like, you are not doing anything good to make your father look bad. And he just got back. Like,
You might have to worry a little bit about the man I'm with. He's kind of him at times.
Can we use him as target practice?
You are not using my son as target practice.
No. The one that disappeared.
We're talking about Derek.
Oh, you can use him as target practice all you want.
And he will happily allow it, I'm sure. We'll just have to figure out where he went.
But use the blunt arrows.
Indeed, he may have armor, but armor can be pierced by true to form arrows. Training, not trying to kill someone.
Yeah, as soon as you say, yeah, sure, they just like run off and go and like start prepping their bows.
We're going to have to referee them, aren't we?
I mean, I think it's all in good fun. Although he is looking around for Kane. It's like,
Oh
shit,
yeah,
there's Kane.
he's still nowhere to be seen at this point.
He's been kidnapped by kids. They take him away to places.
No, yeah, like
Cool.
3 of your daughters and Kane are currently missing.
So what would Hunter have
Twins
to roll to
and-
try and see where they went?
I'll do perception, and I'll even give you a insight / and or investigation to figure out what they're doing.
Okay, perception is a +8. A unnatural 20.
All right.
And it was insight or investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. Because it's absurd.
No, yeah, they took him to the hurt and are now playing dress up with him. Specifically, they're making him try on armor that is way too fucking big for him.
It's like, you're
Hunter's
going to be
just
our
sort of-
brother. There, you may as well learn to wear your father's armor. Or our dad's armor. Like, I can't see.
Or at least his approximation of it. And Hunter...
It's like, I barely fill out this chest plate.
Are you okay, Kronos?
Oh yeah, fine.
He's fine, he was making a funny voice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyways.
Slowly with this massive armor.
But yeah, Hunter just sort of...
Breathe.
Hunter does this point. They're over in that building over there.
I'll go rescue him. Like,
You wa-
welcome home, dear.
You walk in and you see 3 of your daughters just putting your helmet on top of Kane's head.
Adara, Aurelia, Cassiani,
I'm legally
what are you two
blind.
doing? What are you 3 doing?
Blind. I can't see anything.
Like whimpers from inside helmet.
I can't see a thing.
Braxor removes the helmet. Like, I think that's a bit too big for you.
Alpha, what's going on?
Believe it or not, this is bonding.
I don't like it.
This
Oh,
armor is really heavy.
Oh, right. Let's get out of it. Girls.
I'm used to leather.
The girls are now starting to help their dad get Kane out of the armor. Of course, 5-year-old is just watching. Like, I'm just the bystander in this.
Because I'm assuming this is like roughly metal, like actual like full plate armor, not like
But
full.
it's probably it's like an iron breastplate. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming this is like full plate or chainmail, like heavy as hell, and not like leathers. And that's why he said I'm used to leather.
Like, I'm surprised you haven't used padded yet.
I mean, the funny stuff I was taught to fight fast, not hard.
Well, there's always new learning curves. So, now, girls, what do you say to your brother? Sorry. You too, Cassiani. Yeah, but I did. Father glare. Like, sorry.
You see, he just looks at you confused because he doesn't understand the word for brother. Then he just looks at you like, pack mate?
Oh, right. Yes, these and the two outside are your pack mates. And they're apologizing.
Apologize?
Wait, probably doesn't even know what apologize.
No. He gets the sorry.
Ah.
At that, he hugs the two sisters that were like actually implementing the torture.
They hug him back. And one even gives him a lick on his face, like, ow.
See, that isn't weird to him because Wolf Tribe. They do the
Yeah.
same.
Cutie shot.
And the little 5-year-old just like comes over and like just gives him a head rub, like pressing her forehead to his. It's like that's a sign of affection.
I'm not giving you my Nutter Butter. No,
Yeah, Kane is not
Barking
giving.
to his dog.
gone.
Come on, lay down.
Are your cat?
Yep, she's back on me.
So Kane, now understanding that he now has what is essentially pack mates or siblings,
Mm-hmm.
he actually runs around and starts trying to play with them. And what I'll see is like I'm assuming they normally, at least the older ones, the ones around his age, tend to play with wooden weaponry.
It's like they mostly play with wooden weaponry when they're not playing like tag or like regular kid stuff like hide and seek,
Yeah,
or
he
kid
actually
games.
sees the wooden weaponry. You see him look for, because like the majority of the wooden weapons you have are broadswords and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have like daggers and a couple short swords, just because sizing.
Oh, and if they're they're probably not inside the main chamber itself. They're probably like off in a separate room.
Yeah,
Because
he
probably would have glimpsed Daxo's throne at least.
Yeah, I'm just assuming you were watching your kid.
Yeah,
so you actually see him.
He decides to say.
You actually see him pick up 2 of the short swords. Because if I'm not mistaken, short swords are a finesse weapon that can be dual wield.
Yes.
They're kind of, yeah. They have the light attribute, I think, on them. Or is that daggers?
Yeah, if they have light, then they can be dual wield. So yeah, you see him grab 2 of those, and just like look at his sisters and like look at the weapons. Basically telling them, pick your weapon. Let's go play.
Okay. Adara picks up a spear here, and Aurelia picks up
We got
a sword.
4 games.
No, yeah.
Like, if you're gonna do that, play outside. Like, okay.
Yeah, and they go outside, and you actually see he's actually quite proficient with dual wielding the short swords. And I'm saying this because this is what I meant when I say like his fighting style is based off of his speed. It's his dexterity.
Right.
So,
So-
he is a
so he's a
dex-based
dex
fighter
fighter.
or rogue.
Yeah, he's a dex-based fighter, which is why heavy armor is weird. Because in wolf packs you're taught to hunt from a young age.
It's the same thing with Leonin. And especially for the girls, they're taught how to hunt at a young age. And so are the boys, but that's besides the point. But anyway, Braxors just, he's making sure to watch the kids. It's whilst also, I'm assuming Derek has probably arrived and started to be pelted.
Yeah, at around the point that Kane and two of his new sisters are now playing war games is when Derek arrives and immediately gets pelted with two wooden arrows.
Roll for an attack, then.
I'm not saying it hurts you, but you immediately get hit in the chest of
know.
your armor.
No.
It's like, at least he would notice.
Yeah.
It's like,
This is
what the hell was that?
No, it's just like...
Alright. Like, you're a big target, you may want to move.
It wouldn't be fun if you stood still.
Stands immediately still.
Aw, you're no fun.
Wish to play that kind of game. I might know a better time.
Hurt my kids, I hurt you.
Not talking about your kid. Worry. There's a certain scrawny individual, very hard to hit, very narrow. He has
Just-
some red hair.
Ivy.
This is kind of in character.
Roll
It is in
intelligence.
character, but
Roll intelligence for the twins, Braxor. And I'd say they get at most a +3. I give you a bit. I'm not giving you any more.
16.
All right, that's one sister. What about the other sister?
Natural 20.
All right. And
I'm waiting
I'll
for
say
the
that would be Opal.
persuasion roll.
yeah, I would say you should probably do a persuasion. I was debating between persuasion or deception, but persuasion.
Yeah, this is more persuasion, less deception. I'm not trying to deceive them. I'm just trying to convince them to attack a wizard. With a +11 persuasion. Watching me roll terribly. See?
Yeah, neither of them
Natural
buy
one.
it, and you get another round of arrows to the chest.
yeah, I could just imagine Hunter just, because he's fucking Hunter, just turns over, just gives them just this look.
You're not here, you're somewhere else.
It's Hunter.
He
And-
notices everything.
And if you're
He's,
in another
he's
room,
in the area. He's not be in that exact that specific place, but he's in the area.
I have a 27 passive perception.
and
What is
Like-
your point?
He knows stuff
you
you haven't
can't
even
hear
done
what's in
yet.
the other room if it's properly
You're
You're
not
structured.
literally-
being quiet, and we're
You're
in an
literally
open
like
air
right across the way
environment.
from them.
Yeah, and you're in a yurt at best. You're in a tent.
Yeah, and so just hearing all
Ow.
this, Hunter
There it
just looks over and just gives the kids a deadpan stare with Bavek on his shoulder, just sort of chuckling.
Yeah,
The more
that,
mature one, that is definitely Opal. Well,
Yeah,
looks to her sister.
the one that rolled
or
a
it
nat
just says-
20.
Yeah, she just nods to her sister and And they both get a devious look and just pelt him again with another round of arrows. It's like,
Derek just stands there. It's just like, I'm not making this fun for you. It's like, I told you who would be the better choice. Seriously, he can make himself look like he's in two places at once.
No, I can't.
but you're the
He's
biggest one
lying.
here.
Yes, I'm the biggest one. Thus the biggest target. Thus the least fun.
The biggest targets are also the funnest to watch fall.
And I shall never fall. For I am a mighty fortress built by...
You just gave them a challenge.
Yes, you did.
Oh, he knows.
Oh,
He
this
knows.
is going to be good.
Like, if that's how you want to play it, then
All right. This is
starts to put aside the bow.
no, not even before she starts to put aside the bow. After you say that, you see one of them just like literally like put their finger in their mouth and do like a fucking loud as hell whistle.
I'm gonna roll for which spells I can activate.
You're not smiting children, lads!
I hope we're not.
You assume I'm able to smite children.
Ugh.
I mean, you're able to, but considering your pseudo wife is the goddess of motherhood, I don't think she'll allow you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself, giving my plus 18 AC into a 20 AC.
So, Braxor,
Oh.
how many kids do you have again?
Braxor himself only has 6, 4 of which are only of fighting age, or what I would consider fighting age, but they have a shit ton of cousins. Because his aunts
Oh,
are here,
no.
and
Yeah,
their
and-
kids
Oh,
are
no.
here.
And that would have summoned the
no.
cousins too, so it would give me a number.
You have summoned the horde.
I would just say a
Okay,
good
what is
about
divine
10.
favor?
Alright, so that'd be a total of 11, including Kane, because Kane recognizes a summon when he hears one.
It's like, one of them even gives Kane a bow. It's like, you know how to use this,
no.
right?
At this point, it's a matter of, he said we couldn't take him down. Doesn't matter what you're using.
Also, I'm going to check.
Roll 11 attacks.
Okay, should I just roll 11 the d20s and just go from
Yeah,
there?
yeah, and we'll assume that they all get like a +3.
Alright, so 11 d20, d
Oh,
plus
there's
11 plus 3, no, not 33.
Which means since you made your AC
Enemy
20,
dead, bestow
any-
curse.
anything above a 17 would hit you.
Why are all my spells death spells?
Because
Wait,
you're
that's
an
because
anti.
Oathbreaker.
The DPS.
Because you're an anti-paladin.
Yeah, I'm on Oathbreaker. I'm currently now looking
16.
for the normal paladin spells.
Alright, so if we're doing +3, that means only one of them hit?
hmm
Like, at least only one of them hit enough for him to actually feel it?
Derek
It's
pulls
like-
forth a sword, slams it into the ground, and then just kind of gets down like he's about to do a playful tackle charge.
Alright, is that you preparing an action?
Yes, because I'm about to move at one of them.
Alright, another roll of attacks.
Yeah,
And
okay.
he's going to be doing this intimidatingly.
And at that, I'm just gonna say Bavek just seems a perfect opportunity. He's standing still. And Bavek comes flying at his face.
Roll an attack for Vec.
Oh, he's totally not going to hit, but it's gonna be hilarious if he does.
Alright,
So 2 managed to hit.
That would be,
One
what are we
second
gonna
for
roll that
Vec.
for?
I'll say it would be a dex-based attack, because he's literally just charging at his face.
Okay, so that's a +2 to attack then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, I have an AC of 20 now.
Woo!
Okay, he does manage to hit the face, but he's about to get slammed.
Now,
too.
It's like
one second.
2 arrows hit the...
Well, again, not necessarily all of them are arrows, so you can decide who does what. Because remember, we know for a fact at least 3 of them were play fighting before the call happened.
I would imagine that Opal and Minri were able to actually hit Derek in the face. So that would be the
So
above
that's
20, sir.
so that's 3 hits in the face.
First the arrows, and then suddenly dragon.
It's like,
Yeah.
then a dragon.
So your both of your horns get hit by an arrow at the base, and then all of a sudden you have a dragon headbutt you.
And he's still gonna charge forward. Vivek's gonna get dragged.
All right. Roll the charge, and I'm assuming you're charging specifically at the twins, even though you're now surrounded by like 11 kids.
Yeah, this is a
What I
battle of
missed?
pride now.
Derek's charging my children.
As well as their
But
cousins.
Braxor is not going to let this slide.
Fedora grabs him by the back by his horns again.
You're not here.
No, she's there.
This is play. This is play.
He is
Obvious
there.
play fighting, and he's now just charging with no dragon who's scared.
No.
It's
It's more
he's
like
doing.
Befek looks so proud of himself for a moment, and then he's holding onto the horns for dear life.
Yeah. Okay, now he's gonna tackle the kids and give them like the pickup and boom, you're out. Like a
Alright.
tag.
So
Like tag.
that will be. I'll do an opposed athletics check. And since these kids have been trained in athletics, they get +4s. And since they'll probably be helping each other, I'll give them advantage. Because, I'm sorry, they need to have a chance.
All right, so
As I
how
said,
do
they
we
need
do
to have a
this?
chance. They need to have a
Good.
chance.
Luck.
Should I just roll
Roll
a straight
roll
2d20?
Yeah, 2d20 +4. And to take the higher score and roll it twice because it's for each kid.
All right, that's 14.
So that's one of them fails.
So, well, and also roll a what?
Yeah, do the same for the other kid.
Okay.
Because he's
Yeah,
trying to
so-
basically like grab and slam both of the twins that were
Not
shooting.
not slam. Tag. Like grab, pick up, and then immediately have them back on their feet and like you're out.
Yeah, and that one barely fails to get out.
Yeah.
Like they had to get a nat 20 to get out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they both like got the hug, lift up, and then dropped. Like you're out.
Ah,
Immediately looks at the others and gives like that intimidation stare towards all of them.
Well,
like that evil
hopefully
grin smile.
fake.
Do you
it's
want
at this moment.
to roll an intimidation check?
Sure.
No, come on, man. It's kids. Really?
That's
Well, this is
why I
playful
wanted to-
intimidation. It's just like
That's
you're going
not what it's going to be
Okay,
taken
can
on.
Fedora step in now?
Yes.
Oh, I
It's
was
like-
gonna
it's a
say
little bit
Braxor's
obvious
grandmother
what
steps in.
It's obvious what the intention is. It's like he's got that evil looking smile of like a playful
Either way,
gay kid.
Fedora's being cautious because she's a mother, and her little one is probably involved in this.
Oh, I was
Actually,
gonna say
Just head down to her
Yep.
level. His horn again.
His horn,
Horn
which
what?
happens to also have a
Like
dragon on it.
Who's
They
currently
look
freaking the fuck
different.
out. Anyway, so what are
They're
the?
not using intimidation on children.
I want them to. I'm not intentionally doing it. It's like he isn't doing it
If it's
intentionally.
intentional or not.
Again, it's not intentional for him. He's just looks like he's got that crazy look in his eye.
Yes, and that problem.
you know
This
also
is
has a crazy
actually
look in their eye.
fun.
The
I know
children,
the
that was
parrots.
creepy.
There
We're
we
gonna
go.
roll for Bellamy. See if she's gotten spooked or not.
well, and
There's
like
nothing very wrong for that.
I will say, Bellamy wasn't part of the actual fight, but she has just been sitting there watching the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Because admittedly, it was funny for a moment.
Yeah, and then it got real.
Because if Derek had just continued like that and didn't do the intimidation thing, it'd have been fine.
Again, it's like big
No,
kid.
it's in character. I know it's
Yeah.
in character. He just doesn't realize what he's doing at all.
like to him, this feels normal.
It's not normal to anyone else, and he doesn't get that.
Derek, listen to me for about 5 seconds here. Just
Yes.
because something is normal to you doesn't mean it's normal to everyone else. Please, in the future, check with me, or with people other than yourself, on certain things if you're not sure, such as using intimidation on children. That is
I'm not
not
trying to
normal.
I'm
No
not-
one does this.
I'm not trying to intimidate them.
What in the blazes were you doing?
Getting a good surveillance and trying to pick out which one's going to be tagged out next.
You could do that without the evil grin, like you're going to punch one of them in the head.
I was having fun, and I would never do that.
You mean the adults may know that, but children don't?
Also, like at this point, there are like 9 children just staring at him, and you just yelling at each other.
And a dragon currently hanging on for dear life.
And kind of trying not to be noticed at this point because, oh shit, I've gotten dragged into something I didn't mean to get dragged into.
At that point,
It's at this moment that Braxor's grandmother actually gets involved.
Uh-oh.
Like she comes over and checks on the twins, the one that got hit.
They got
hit.
tagged.
It's like,
They weren't even hit. They were just, he charged at them, managed to grab both of them, lift them up, and then drop them down in order to indicate that they were both tagged.
the closest to them being hit is they were handled roughly, and they were not put down with care.
yeah. It's like, they may be 10-year-olds, but they're still children. No. No. And she makes Alria look like a kitten. No, she is scarred. There are 3 scars across her face that go down to her neck and looks like they continue down her shoulder and into her chest. There's a bit of her there's a bit of fur missing. Like a bit of her ear is actually missing on her right. And she just picks up Minri with the gentlest of care. Dust her off, make sure she's not hurt, and just hugs her. But she's giving Derek a dangerous look.
Okay. And I'm going to ask this just because it's not going to change not necessarily going to change the way you're describing her, but are you saying that like she has a bald spot because it's a scar, or just because age?
It was actually a puncture mark. Like she got stabbed through the ear, and there's a bald spot behind her ear because that's where she got stabbed with a spear.
The reason I'm asking is because when it comes to scar tissue, you can still grow hair on top of scar tissue, but the hair loses all pigmentation, so it's just pure white.
Right. So they would notice like the ear is missing a bit of a chunk, but they also notice a little white spot if they're perceptive enough.
That's Freddy Krueger, but okay.
That's because Freddy Krueger was burned.
Yeah, you lose hair fall.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm feeling more tired than usual. It seems like.
Oh, that's something wrong. We actually got pretty damn far, and it's okay. I'm okay with us stopping a bit early. But basically, then this is what we'll do next week. Well, not next week. My next session, because you guys did get a good chunk of roleplay in. So next session, basically, we're gonna do a bit of tourism with Braxor and the family, and then start the family drama.
And then of course, somehow get it through Derek's head that no, he's not the normal one.
Because right now he's not on good terms with the Braxor's grandmother.
And
All
that's
right.
a bad thing.
And since it seems no one is
Yeah.
watching me, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop streaming.